guys, TraderJud here, back with you for episode number 5 of the weekly charting series where I go over 10 different Forex pairs, 5 of my own pairs, and then 5 pairs that people ask me to cover on a weekly basis. I go over the weekly time frame, the daily time frame, and the 4-hour time frame, giving you some outlooks on what could possibly be coming up in the future. If you like this series, if you like this video, please like this video down below. Leave a comment if you want a different pair to be covered next week, because I take everybody's recommendations and I pick out the 5 most recommended pairs for next week. And if you want to reach out to me, my Telegram contact information will be down below. If you want these charts, if you want to view these charts outside of this YouTube channel, I do have a Telegram channel created for just that purpose. I post all of these charts as well as updates throughout the week on that Telegram channel, which I will link down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. We're looking at EurUsd on the weekly time frame. Looking at last week's candlestick, we can see we have a pin bar to the upside, some bullish momentum to start the week out, followed with some bearish momentum, and that's where we see this pin bar. The previous week was a pin bar to the opposite side. So you'll notice I don't have really any arrows drawn. The reason for that is because price right now can go up or down. It's looking like the controlling candle right here is this bearish engulfing candle that we have over here from a number of weeks ago. However, this is trending upward, and so we could see bullish momentum come up and retest this trend line up here, and we could see bearish momentum break this trend line down here. We're kind of just waiting to see what the next week's candlestick looks like on the weekly time frame. There is a deep crab pattern that I've had since episode number 1 that is still valid until this C level is broken to the upside or until it completes down way down here. Looking at the daily time frame, you'll see I added a couple of zones. I do have arrows on this depicting where price could possibly go, as well as this horizontal line down here that was on the weekly time frame as well. And this just depicts what levels prices are going to. Looking at this, the last, not Friday's candle, but Thursday's candle was a bearish engulfing candle. We do have a triple top on this zone right here. So I do expect price to continue to go downward to start this week out. We might get a retest of this trend line that I have drawn and then a continuation upward. However, these 3 arrows, or these 3 groups of arrows right here, depict where prices could go. We could see bullish momentum straight out of this week, where we get a retest of this zone or a break and then a retest and then a continuation to the upside. We could see a bearish momentum, retest this trend line and then continue upward, or a break and retest of this trend line and then continuation downward. Those are kind of our 3 options with EU on the daily time frame. Dropping down to the 4-hour, you'll see I have the same, well, remotely the same 2 zones drawn. This is a triple top that you can't see on the daily time frame. Well, you can see it, but it's not as easy to see. So I readjusted these zones for time frame specific zones, and you'll see this triple top right here, and the zone on the bottom. We can't see the horizontal line down here, but it is down there, and we'll see more so where price can go on the 4-hour time frame. For those of you that are wondering, I do primarily just trade on the 4-hour time frame, but the reason that I spend so much time looking at the weekly and the daily time frames is because it is extremely important to be aware of what the higher time frames are doing. A lot of times, especially with swing trading, a lot of times you'll be able to depict more of what price is going to do on the higher time frames and then be able to get better entries on the lower time frames. I don't typically trade any lower than the 4-hour time frame when I'm swing trading, and once I enter trades, I mostly stay on the daily time frame, and I view the weekly time frame at least once a week to kind of see, you know, what the possibilities are with that week's candlestick, as well as what the previous week's candlesticks are doing. And so these videos are really geared towards almost doing that for you, so you don't have to do that, at least with the 10 pairs that I look at. So EU on the 4-hour time frame, we have a pennant drawn. We're just looking for a breakout of either side of this pennant and then continuation to the zone up above or down below. If we get a break of either one of these zones, specifically the downside, if we get a break of this zone and a break of this trend line down here, then it should continue downward. If we get a break above, then we should see a retest of this zone drawn up here. And if we get a break and a retest of this zone, there is a trend line drawn up above, which you can see right here. And that's what I see for EurUsd this week. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment down below, send me a message on Telegram, and I will get back to everybody as soon as I can.